problem-solving abilities. These behaviors keep the whales both active and engaged. SeaWorld's killer whales have inspired generations to care about our natural world, and we're excited to share their story with all of you today.
Killer whales are the ocean's top predator. They use cooperation and communication, not just size and strength, to take their place at the top of the ocean's food web. At the bottom are small animals, like krill. At the top, the apex predator, the killer whale. Killer whales are as big as a bus, faster than an Olympic swimmer, high-flying and powerful.
We're going to see all of that today and more. These and other behaviors provide an environment full of enrichment.
We spend days, weeks, months, and years building relationships with our whales. This creates trust, and that allows us to do some amazing things. For example, when you visit the doctor, you present your arm to draw blood, or you step on the scales and see how much you weigh. It's much the same with our whales.
Throughout today's experience, you'll see the whales moving together in unison. These synchronized behaviors strengthen their social bonds and allow them to problem solve as a group. This is just another reason why they are known as the ocean's top predator. Their scientific name is Orca. Their common name is the killer whale, and these whales have their own personal names, including Takara, Sakari, and joining us right here up front are Kyuquot and Tuar. Now, of all of the whales here at SeaWorld San Antonio, Takara is the oldest member of our pod. She's the matriarch and the leader at 34 years old. Today is her birthday. So with everyone in the stadium, I want to say happy birthday to Takara on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday, Takara! These whales trust us, and they take an active role in their own health and well-being. Using positive reinforcement training techniques, we're able to teach them husbandry or healthcare behaviors. And joining us right now at the slide outs are trainers Tatiana and Cesi to help demonstrate just a few of these behaviors. Now, one of the very first behaviors we teach the whales is called a fluke present, in which the whales present their tail flukes to the trainers, just as Kyuquot and Tuar are demonstrating right now. Not only does this fluke present allow us to observe the whale's entire body, but it also allows us access to the easy to see shallow veins in the white underside of their tail flukes. Our veterinarians are able to collect a blood sample from those veins at least once a month. And as you can see, the whales are conditioned to remain calm throughout the entire procedure. Now, throughout today's presentation, you might see the trainers giving the whales tail massages, back rubs, or even splashing them with the blue buckets. This is because killer whales have very sensitive skin, and it's one great way to help us build our relationship with them. Now, collecting blood is just one way to ensure the health of these animals. Another very important diagnostic is getting an accurate weight on each of the whales. Here at SeaWorld, we weigh all of the whales once a week by asking them to slide their bodies up and out of the water onto a killer whale-sized scale located in one of our back adjacent pools. Now, here in a moment, you'll notice a portion of Kyuquot's body, from his dorsal fin to the tip of his tail flukes, is still in the water. That part of his body is called the peduncle, and it contains some very large and very powerful muscles that can weigh several hundred pounds. So, to record an accurate weight, we will ask the whales to lift their tail flukes up and out of the water. And that's how we know that as of this past Tuesday, Kyuquot here is weighing in at 10,000 pounds. It's important to weigh all of the whales to ensure the younger whales are growing appropriately, and the adult whales, like Kyuquot here, are maintaining a healthy weight. All of these husbandry behaviors help to ensure that the whales are both healthy and thriving.
And the care isn't just physical. Mental stimulation and play are vital, and we surprise and engage with our whales at every opportunity. Play is how killer whales teach their young to hunt, and for the adults, play is important too. It seems that they just enjoy having fun. Making time for play is an important part of life for killer whales, and for us.
Observational learning and mimicry play a critical role in the life of a killer whale. From the very moment they're born, they learn necessary life skills by watching and playing follow the leader with their mothers and other members of their pod. Now here at SeaWorld, they even play follow the leader with us by mimicking our movements. So today in the stadium, we're gonna get to play a game of follow the leader with all of you. How does that sound? All right, well first, I want everyone to raise one hand high into the air and give the whales a big wave hello. Well, would you look at that? The whales are paying very close attention to you. Killer whales have excellent eyesight both above and below the surface of the water. They're also very curious, and we often see them spy hopping or jumping completely out of the water to get a better view of their surroundings. This is Tuar. And what about it was? Now we're going to talk a little bit more about killer whale communication. They can communicate in a variety of ways, and producing vocalizations is just one of them. So I want everyone to raise 2 pointer fingers high into the air and wave them back and forth. That was beautiful! Did you know that scientists believe when a whale leaps out of the water, it may be a way of communicating to make their presence known? You see, sound waves travel approximately 4.5 times faster in the water than they do through the air. So when a whale leaps out of the water and crashes back down to the surface, well, that behavior is called a breach, and the sound it makes can be heard for miles around. Everyone, let's listen for Kyuquot's breach. And a splash it makes too. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give another round of applause for the whales and all of you today. As we've just seen, killer whales can communicate by leaping out of the water and making a huge splash. SeaWorld's research and observation of the killer whales in our care has shed light on many mysteries about these amazing animals. For example, we now know that the gestation period of a pregnant killer whale is 17 months. That's information that's impossible to obtain in the wild. However, some information can only be gained through field observation. Over the last 60 years, SeaWorld has worked closely with our partners from all around the world to help further our knowledge. Killer whales are remarkable, powerful animals, and perhaps the best expression of that power is when they hunt.
Killer whales stand apart. They have no natural predators, and just about any other ocean animal could be their dinner. Depending on where they live and their chosen prey, they've developed some epic hunting techniques. Off the coast of South America, killer whales will beach themselves, riding in on waves just long enough to catch prey. They'll also create waves that knock animals like penguins or seals from ice floes. Most importantly, they cooperate, communicate, and coordinate as a team. Here's footage of killer whales corralling a school of herring. A whale dips it in peas, while the other whales keep the fish together with swipes of their tail fins.
In the ocean, killer whales create waves to hunt, use fluke swipes to stun their prey, and can even beach themselves up and out of the water. For these whales, it's a fun demonstration, but for all of you, it's time to get wet! a single day. Depending on where they live and the time of year, their prey can vary. Unfortunately, things like overfishing and pollution pose a serious threat to many populations of killer whales.
Killer whales are impressive animals, and it's pretty obvious why they're the top predator in the ocean. That means killer whales are invincible, right? Wrong.
Killer whales depend on a plentiful food source and a clean environment. They're completely dominant, yet completely dependent.
When it comes down to it, killer whales are not the most powerful animal in the ocean.
Their future depends on you.
Through your actions.
Through the choices we all make.
We hold the future of killer whales and the oceans in our hands.
Killer whales continue to surprise and amaze us. They're the perfect ambassadors of the ocean, limitless, connected, powerful, but still vulnerable.
The challenges that we face can seem insurmountable. Don't give up. Be inspired.
The ocean needs our help, and that seems overwhelming, but together we can make it happen.
There's so much to learn.
So much to protect.
So much to explore. The killer whale story is still being written.
And there are simple things we all can do to make a difference.
All it takes is one choice.
One positive act. One ripple that can grow and grow.
And change the world.
Together, we've got this.
All around the world, it's a brand new day. Open up our eyes, stop and walk away. Every different creature, beautiful, unique. Just counting the treasure of all the destiny. From the highest high to the deepest deep, so much mystery. We are all inspired by this wonderful world. Every shade of love that flows through each of us. And as our hearts unite and we come alive, we can feast alright and see how marvelous is this one big world. Let's all take a journey, explore the great unknown, wonder at creation.